Are you working mostly at guard, or are you bumping outside to tackle some here?
We're always moving around. We're always getting everybody trying to play all 5 spots. So the more versatility you have, the better. So that's what we're always working. Everybody's always moving around on the line. So playing inside, outside, everybody's moving around, just trying to get as versatile as possible, so that if injuries did occur, you can just plug somebody in, keep the 5 best guys on the field.
How much more comfortable are you now going into spring camp after a whole year of being in the system?
Definitely a lot more. I mean, you learn the tricks of the trade, how things work around the program, what's expected of you. So, with that background, it just makes things a lot easier. I know what game days are like now, so you can kind of correlate that to practice and know what you need to do to be successful on Saturdays in the fall.
What does Greg Fry bring to this unit?
He brings a lot of fire. Heck of a coach. I've only worked with him for a couple months, month or two now, and he definitely knows what he's talking about, and he can fire you up real quick. Great guy, great coach. He was working mainly with tight ends and tackles, but he was an O-lineman too, and he knows what needs to happen. So he'll chip in and help out with us and give us some tips on what he did that was successful. So definitely helps a lot having him around.
What's one tip he's given you guys already?
Just like small technique tweaks, you know what I mean? Just like where to put your hands when a guy's lined up differently. Just things that work for him, so he can pass on to us.
It hasn't been happening very long, but what's the dynamic like having Coach Drevno and Coach Fry kind of doing different things, since you are moving all along the line, seeing multiple spots?
It's definitely nice. We got two coaches that they're at the highest level. They know what they're doing, and being able to have more minds working on the problem is definitely beneficial for us. You get 2 different perspectives, and you can work through things. And I feel like the answers to defensive fronts are going to be a lot strong, very, very strong this year, just because we got 2 minds working on it now. Coach Drevno does a great job. The addition of Coach Fry, it can only go up.
Ben, you mentioned learning from Greg Fry. And last year, some of the guys, were saying that with Tim Drevno, there were like aha moments. Or is it kind of the same thing with Greg, or is it learning but maybe not such big jumps as last year?
I'd say it's about the same. I mean, it's just there's learning curves all around. You're always trying to figure out something new, and there's a lot of aha moments that have happened this spring already. So I'd say it's pretty much the same as last year.
Early impressions of Caesar and Raymond and how they're adjusting to this?
Yep, they're doing really well. They've matured a lot since they came in here in January. You can tell already. Caesar's picking things up very, very quick. Raymond has got some outstanding feet, very athletic out on the edge for us. So I'm really excited to see how both of those guys keep progressing in the spring, and then see how the rest of this O-line class turns out in June when they come in. But so far, we've got a little taste of what it is, and we're really excited about what we have coming in the future here.
Most people consider O-line one of the tougher spots to get on the field as a true freshman. Have you talked to those guys about the best ways to try to approach that and work their way in?
We're taking it slow for now. We're teaching them, the calls, what they need to do, and once they get that down and get comfortable with everything, then we'll start prepping them for Saturdays. But they're doing a great job so far. Both of them are picking it up real quick, and as I said, their maturity level is what I've been most impressed with. They kind of come in as high school seniors. They're kind of tweeners, not full-time college kids yet, and they've both progressed incredibly in these last 2 or 3 months.
Taking it slow, sort of the general theme for the O-line of this spring. It seemed like Coach Bray was saying similar. He wants to pace yourself and you get the whole spring and summer to figure everything out.
Yep, we're just making sure that we are 100% on everything. We want no issues coming up in the fall. We want everybody to know exactly what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it. So, we've had a great meeting so far, and we've kind of taken steps back just to go over absolutely everything so everybody's clear on what their assignments are, no matter what situation we're in. So I'm a big fan of it. Things are very, very clear this spring, and I think it's going to pay off in the fall.
Is that because the 3 really experienced guys moving on to kind of fill those spots somehow?
I think that could have a part of it. We lost 3 starters, and there's spots to fill. So everybody knows what's going on. It's just we have time in the spring now to go back and review everything, make sure that everybody's on the same page.
So you're doing everything but center?
We're bouncing all around. Everybody's always moving around, so
Is that what Dave told you to tell us?
probably. Taking guard and tackle for now, and then always working on snapping and center. So just trying to be as versatile as possible. I told you guys before, the personal goal for me is when I'm done here to be able to plug in at all 5. So always working on center too, just so that it's in my back pocket if I need it.
You have a pretty good view of the defensive line. I mean, what are your impressions? I mean, the guys at Pro Day were talking about Rashawn in a couple of years will be a top 5, top 10 pick. Is he looking that good in practice so far? 3 days, 4 days?
Definitely doing well. Today he had a great day. Mo Hurst has had a great day too. Chase Winovich is doing well on the edge. So, we lost, obviously a heck of a D-line class last year, but the good thing was all those guys played too. So they've seen what game days are like, and they've been doing real well this spring so far.
Is he separating himself though, Rashawn? I mean, those combine numbers were pretty.
Yeah,
they might have been a little exaggerated.
Everybody knows what kind of an athlete Rashawn is. I mean, we've known that for 2 years. You don't see guys that weigh 300 pounds run that fast. So we all know what he can do, and he's doing very well this spring. I mean, we just got off practice half hour ago. I haven't even watched any film yet. I couldn't tell you how, what he did exceptionally well today or not. So I'll figure that out tonight, but I'm sure you guys will find that out before I do. So
Doubtful.
When last year you spent the whole time, learning from Coach Drevno and the way he teaches. Does Fry teach differently? I mean, are there different? Does he have different methods? Are there different instructions?
More for Ben, please.
I wouldn't say about that. I would say it's more, it's just 2 different minds working, but they have very similar coaching styles. They both are experts at what they're doing. They both know exactly what needs to be done. So learning from them, I'd say it's about the same. They both are just excellent teachers at what they do.
Do you have a preference of which position you play on the line?
I mean, I played guard last year, and that's where, I've been taking some reps here. But wherever they tell me to go is where I'm going to go, as long as you can be out there. That's what I just like to play. So wherever I can go and be best and get the best 5 guys in, that's where we go.
What's the number one thing you worked on this offseason? Just curious.
Strength. Just getting stronger, catching up with everybody. So, I was 18-year-old playing with 22-year-olds last year, so there's just room to catch up in the strength-wise. And then,
is that just from you just felt yourself a little just from strength-wise feeling fatigue, maybe in like the fourth quarter, stuff like that?
I wouldn't. So, I mean, it's just I was just a younger guy. I just needed to get bigger and stronger to compete with the D-line. So, I thought I did pretty well last year, but I think if I added some strength, I could do a lot better this year. So that's what I thought.
How big are you now? Did you put on weight, lose weight?
Put on more muscle. Kind of leaned out a little bit.
Okay.
Around 310.
Okay.
So
is that a good weight you want to play?
I'm happy with that.
And a lot of guys were talking about John Runyon. As far what have you seen out of him? I mean, the numbers are there. It sounds like. I mean, there's kind of a little bit of a buzz around him.
Yep, he's doing real well. He had a good day today. Very good day today. We're trying to figure out, where he's fitting in.
Inside, outside.
Yeah, he's bouncing all around. Very athletic guy, as you guys see from the numbers, and as we all knew, John's an incredible athlete. So we're working. Yeah, he's working really hard. So we'll find out how that all works out. But he is an incredible athlete, just as the numbers say.
In terms of athleticism, I mean, like with Jawan, I mean, there's a lot of options.
Yep, there's definitely a lot of options. A lot of athletes, in this class coming in. There's a lot of athletes too, and so we're just finding the 5 best guys to put out there.